Thank you, everyone, and good morning. Welcome back. I hope you had a good and productive networking break. As we all know, Aquatics has had a strong history and has made great strides to become a leader in sport. In order to continue this success, it must, I say must, continue to create an even stronger future for all disciplines in the aquatics program. To take a look at the potential future landscape for our different disciplines, I'm honored to introduce to you our guest speakers, Mr. Jean-Paul Clemenceau, Mr. Ed Evely, Mrs. Lisa Schott, Mrs. Kathy Seaman, Mr. Thomas Gompf, and Mr. Colin Hill. Mr. Clemenceau first. Jean-Paul is a former swimmer and water polo player, and for 14 years, head coach of the French water polo team. For 13 years, Jean-Paul was a member of the Fina Technical Water Polo Committee. In 1994, he became the French Swimming Federation's National Technical Director for a period of 6 years. From 2001 until 2009, he held the office of Director of the French Olympic Committee, and perhaps most relevantly and interestingly here, he's been a member of the Fina Innovation Committee. Jean-Paul Clemenceau. Mr. Edward Evely. Mr. Evely has served Aquatics for over 30 years as a volunteer, moving from club level to the board of directors of Swimming Natation Canada. While he remains an avid participant competing at the Masters level, he continues to serve Aquatics in his role as chairman of the Fina Masters Committee, now in his third term. Today, Mr. Evely will focus his discussion on Masters programs and their evolution through the years. Mr. Edward Evely. Mrs. Lisa Schott has been president of Aquatics Canada since 2011 and was previously president of Synchro Canada. She has over 20 years of experience working with Canadian national sport organizations on both domestic and international issues. Mrs. Schott will provide us with a glimpse into the future of synchronized swimming, if that's what it's still going to be called. Mrs. Schott. Mrs. Kathy Seaman. With over 45 years of experience on the international diving scene, Ms. Seaman has an unparalleled history of service and commitment to aquatic sport. Ms. Seaman has been active within the Fina Technical Diving Committee since 1996 and currently holds the position of chairperson. Her presentation will be based on the future of diving, focusing especially on the technological progress of the sport. Ms. Kathy Seaman. Mr. Thomas Gompf. Mr. Gompf has been involved in every aspect of diving and aquatics for 60 years. As a member and chairman of the Fina Diving Technical Committee, he led the formation of the Grand Prix Diving Series, revamped and modernized the diving degree of difficulty tables. Mr. Gompf wrote the rules and promoted synchronized diving events, which are accepted into the Olympic program in Sydney in 2000. He will share his thoughts on the new horizon of the exciting discipline of high diving. Mr. Gompf. And last and certainly not least, Mr. Colin Hill. Mr. Hill has over 20 years experience in organizing mass participation televised sporting events, running, triathlons, adventure races, and swimming. 6 years ago in 2008, Colin set up the UK's largest mass participation open water swim. He is currently the director of Chill Swim Limited, a company that specializes in open water swimming events and an online store operator in the United Kingdom. Mr. Hill will base his presentation on the development of open water swimming and marathon swimming. Before I give the floor to Mr. Clemenceau, here's a thought for everybody. As I tell my 18-year-old son, Colin, please come up. Mr. Colin Hill, excuse me. Before I turn the floor over to Jean-Paul, a thought for everyone. As I tell my 18-year-old son, the only constant in our world is change. Fina has been a world leader in innovation and a world leader in seeking to find new, different, and sometimes very, very good, better ways to do things. That's what this hour together is all about. Jean-Paul, the floor is yours.